Greetings, everybody. Today I will be covering a very important topic, a topic I probably haven't heard talked too much, and this is into continuation about my previous series about forecast, and forecast not as wherever a person is born has nothing to do with that, but more forecast of consciousness. I'm going to link down the video below, so if you have not watched that video, I would probably advise you to watch the other one first. And today I will talk about why is it so important to follow your own duty, to follow the duty, and sometimes referred as dharma, of your own caste. I would like to give an example that I've seen oftentimes in my life, where, for example, a person clearly a magician, sensitive or empath or healer, and clearly they have a different passion, or if they don't have a clearly passion, then you can see that they're here to do something else. But for example, they decide to set up for customer service job as an example, and they feel absolutely miserable at that job. Now, there's nothing wrong being in the customer service. Somebody has to do that, but somebody has to do that who is born in the first caste. And they're truly enjoying talking to people, asking them how they're doing. And oftentimes, that person, that magician, doesn't understand why they feel so drained, why they have more clients that come to their colleague, or they don't get really mean customers, but all mean customers come to you. How is this working? Why is this such an unfair society? It is very fair because the universe is actually telling you that, hey, you don't belong here. This is not what you're supposed to do. This is not your calling, not your sole purpose, not your calling, and basically it's just trying to pierce you to find your truth path. And so that could be really confusing because, for example, let's say if it's a second caste and there are traders, right? It's like, for example, sales come to them effortlessly. They're not even trying so much, but as if it's a magician, they will have to try so much, so big, and maybe they'll make like one sale per month, as an example, right? So I would like to read some of the very important lines from one of the most well-known books of Bhagavad Gita, and I want to take a pause here and just remind you that a magician, they are not against of any religions, they're not against of any sect. They do realize that every religion has its own wisdom, and magician is capable of extracting the top, like the juiciest part of every spiritual teachings. So today I would like to extract that part of wisdom from Bhagavad Gita and just read a few lines. And this is again specifically referring to those four castes. Your very nature dictates that you perform the duties attuned to your disposition. Those duties are your dharma, your natural calling. It is far better to do your own dharma, even if you do it imperfectly, than try to master the work of another. Those who perform the duties called for by their obligations, even if those duties seem of little merit, are able to do them with less effort, and this releases consciousness that can be directed Godward. I think this is a wisdom that everybody should look at. Again, it is nothing wrong to be born as the first caste. Maybe this is what you enjoy. Maybe you enjoy just farming. And it's nothing something to look down upon or look up. For example, when you went to school, you were just in the first grade. You knew at some point you will be graduating, just like people from high school. But you need to climb, like you need to do all the steps that are necessary. Just like as a high schooler will not look down upon a child who just started school. It's just everybody has their own journey. In magicians were also once farmers, because somebody has to do that. Somebody has to do that work. But it's really distorted, especially in our society where people go on social media and let's say they see photography and one of the most perfect dream job, or is advertised, or it starts to be perceived by society. Wow, this is like the most the work, right? This is where everybody, like, this is like the ultimate goal, right? Like, you need to be a photographer. But what if the higher forces just won't allow you to do that? Yes, you may try it. You may try it and you'll fail. You'll try it and you'll fail. Because maybe you're not a photographer. Maybe you're a singer. Or something else, right? Maybe you're an acupuncturist. Maybe it's photography is not your soul calling. Maybe it's not it's not just even like about the item. Like most often what happens is that, let's say you have a quality of healing, and that healing quality can be manifested as many outlets. You could be a sound healer, maybe you can do a Reiki, maybe you can be acupuncturist, Ayurvedic practitioner, right? There's so many lists that could go. It's not just like one item, no. Or let's say if you're a first caste, maybe you're in a phone call center, or maybe you're a farmer, or something else. So it doesn't have to be one specific item, but most likely from the caste system, that each caste system will has its own sort of outlets and a certain qualities of those jobs where you can put your quality, and that quality can be absolutely innovative, which is really important. It's better to do not a very maybe perfect to the T job, but at least you do your own dharma, then follow somebody else's duty and try to perfect another type of mastery which is not in your caste. Okay, so I hope you find this video helpful. Hopefully it resonated with you. hopefully brought more clarity. Blessings to you all, and I'll see you in the next video.